going to be linked in the description below for you. Now, it says a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck in the Drake Passage off the coast of Argentina, Chile, and Arctic Thursday night, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, and Chile began moving people away from the beaches. The quake struck around 2:16:19 UTC with a depth of 6.7 miles, roughly in the middle of the Drake Passage, about 350 miles south of the southern tip of South America and about 300 miles from the tip of the Antarctic Peninsula. An aftershock of a 5.1 magnitude struck in the same area an hour later, the USGS said. Now, there were no immediate reports of any casualties or damage. But again, the concern is seeing an earthquake of this magnitude and size. It just seems like they keep coming one after the other after the other. Now, Chile's SNAM tsunami warning system issued a tsunami threat for the Chilean coast and for its Antarctic station based Pratt and for its O'Higgins Research Center, both on the Antarctic Peninsula. Chile's National Disaster Prevention and Response Service said people should move away from the beach areas in its far south Magallanes regions, and an evacuation process had been activated. The U.S. Tsunami Warning System issued a tsunami threat notice, but later dropped it. So initially, there were concerns of a tsunami that could be coming as a result of this 7.5 earthquake that struck. But then after that, they're saying that they had dropped it. Chile is on the so-called Ring of Fire, a band of volcanoes and fault lines circling the edge of the Pacific Ocean. And we had heard that there was a parade of volcanoes that began to erupt after we saw that 8.8 strike Russia. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this as well. Magnitude 7.5, 2025, Southern Drake Passage earthquake. You can see some of the maps and the details coming out on this, and it says tectonic summary. August 22nd, 2025, a magnitude 7.5 earthquake was located within the Drake Passage between the southern tip of South America and the Antarctic Peninsula. This event occurred as a result of the strike-slip faulting at shallow depth, either as left lateral strike-slip motion on a fault striking to the southern east or as right lateral strike-slip on a fault striking southwest. The earthquake occurred within the Antarctic Plate, southwest of its boundaries with the Scotia Plate. An earthquake sequence with a magnitude 7.4 thrust faulting event occurred along the Antarctic Scotia Plate boundary, 600 kilometers to the north in May of 2025. Now, the August 22nd, 2025 earthquake occurred in a region of few historical earthquakes, with only 2 earthquakes of magnitudes 6 or larger within 155 miles since 1950. A magnitude 6 in 2009, a magnitude 6.1 in 1964. Although rare, large intraplate earthquakes, those that occur within instead of at the edges of the plates, do occasionally occur. Now, while commonly plotted as points on maps, earthquakes of this magnitude are more appropriately described as slip over larger fault area. Strike-slip faulting events of the size of the August 22nd, 2025 event are typically about 130 kilometers by 20 kilometers length and width. So they're saying this was a massive earthquake for this region, historic 7.5. They said there's only been other ones in the region that have been